We're live here with Commissioner Harrison. How you doing, Commissioner?
You're not better, man, now that I see you.
Don't be telling them stories. You know, people might believe you.
Well, for once, I'd like somebody to believe me. How you doing, man?
All right. Now, this is a business conversation, all right? When you first came to town, I gave you a brown envelope. Remember that brown envelope?
That's some pictures on it.
Pictures. It had evidence. It was a criminal charges against Scott Shellenberger for kidnapping me. Kidnapping's against the law. That's a federal offense. You're a police officer, right? Your job is to serve and protect, correct?
It is.
All right, so you had them papers for how long?
Well, I had them since the day you gave them to me.
All right, so right now we're at this point. Scott Shellenberger running for office, and he should be disbarred and taken off the ballot. The same way that they charged Nafong and the Duke lacrosse team, and remember the Duke lacrosse team and Nafong? That's the same thing. That man, he's Jim Crow justice here in Baltimore. You're here to serve and protect. Baltimore City Police Department came in conception in 1787. They were slave catching then. You know what I'm saying? Slave catching is over with. Baltimore City had that evidence that Scott Shellenberger had. You know what I'm saying? I was a Baltimore City resident. I'm still a Baltimore City resident. I deserve to be protected. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not here to beat you up. I'm just here to make sure that all this is documented. The same way that Justin Fenton did, we own the city. Well, this corruption owned this city. You from Louisiana, right?
Yeah.
The biggest plantation in America was down in Louisiana, wouldn't it?
You telling me or you asking?
I'm asking and telling.
It had big plantations. I don't
Which
know
one? The prison plantation.
I do not know what the biggest one is.
Angola. Right? Angola is a prison, right?
It is.
It was a plantation. We traded the penitentiary for the plantation, cotton for cocaine, and our kids the cash crop. We talking about the violence in Baltimore, but we don't want to talk about ending the war on drugs. That's the root of the violence. You know it and I know it. Because we got a whole different form of capitalism in the streets. You know what I'm saying? We deal with drugs and guns and violence, and that's what we've been doing since Richard Nixon put this Southern strategy into effect. 1986 was the crime bill. That incarcerated my generation. You feel me? My generation. Because, see, I was part of that crime bill. In 1986, I turned in guns and drugs to the police to end the war on drugs. I turned in judges, lawyers, and politicians. In 2006, I did it again. You feel me? They locked me up and charged me with terrorism. I'm an activist. I'm not a terrorist. That ain't against the law. Making this movie, social media for social change. I give you 3 feet. I respected you from the day that you got here, right?
And I respected you as well.
I ain't got no problems. That's why I ain't locked up. That's why I still got my teeth in my mouth and I ain't got my ass whooped. You feel me? So them charges against Scott Shellenberger, you got the charges. We need to press them charges and we want justice. I don't get no justice. I'm going to keep pressing up.
I know you will.
Mike! Check! Ain't heard nobody like that, have you?
Never in my life, Sean.
Walls of Jericho. That's Commissioner Harris. You got Commissioner Badge, Commissioner Belfield, Commissioner Davis, and Chief Hyatt. Scott Shellenberger need to be disbarred and criminally charged before the 2022 elections. You got thousands of cases going to be reversed and remanded. Ivan Bates, Warren Brown, Dwight Pettit, J. Wendell Gordon, Theroux, Erek Barron. Y'all can't stop this. I'm an activist. I'm active in Baltimore.